Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 72 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. Today we are talking about spiritual growth, expectations of ourselves and others. Now, this is an interesting topic. I'm going to just talk about a couple of things around the topic, and then I'm going to ask you two questions. And we're going to rate ourselves on how hard we are on ourselves and how hard we are on others. And we want to notice what that shows us. If we find that we're harder on ourselves than we are on others, and most human beings are, not all, of course, but most, at least that's been my experience, then we want to, number one, cut ourselves some slack. Number two, we want to realize that we're on our own journey and each of us is human and we're here to figure out how we want to achieve spiritual growth and objectives. So personal growth in any area and aspect of our life, but I think especially with respect to spirituality, because it's such an esoteric topic for most of us, is a really personal journey. And if we get curious about it and enjoy the process and enjoy the journey, knowing that it is a lifelong journey of development, I think we can cut ourselves some slack for the short-term things that happen in our lives, because stuff happens all the time. Navigating expectations of ourselves and other people, we have to remember to be authentic, right? And I'm going to say we need to treat people the way we want to be treated. I think that the golden rule in many instances has flown out the window, and we need to get back to that, realizing that if we expect people to treat us well, we need to treat them well. If we expect people to respect us, we need to first respect them. If we expect people to be kind, we need to be kind, right? We give what it is that we want to receive in the world. And that is as true of our spiritual growth and development as it is in any other area and aspect of our life, right? It's called the law of reciprocity, which is a universal law. So we have to be able to cultivate compassion and understanding for ourselves and for other people as well. One of the things I do and notice is when I'm being hard on myself, I pay attention to my self-talk. We all have this little voice in our head that's talking to us all the time, but what's it saying? If it is beating you up or feeding you negative messages, guess what? That's the little devil on your shoulder. If it's feeding you good messages, encouragement, curiosity, positivity, authenticity, truth, and well-being and things that make you feel good, that's the little angel on your shoulder. And I think that the vast majority of us need to spend a lot more time listening to that little angel than that little devil that's putting us down and making us feel bad about different areas and aspects of our life. We need to embrace the unpredictability of growth. I don't know about you, but when I'm growing and changing and experiencing different things, sometimes things work out really well. Some things happen that I couldn't have anticipated or expected, and other things absolutely flop and fail. Sometimes we try things or we do things or we take some action and we get the opposite result of what we want. Sometimes we're talking to someone about something, especially when it comes to spirituality and personal growth and development. A lot of people just don't want to hear it. And usually that's a reflection of them, not of us, right? If somebody gives you a hard time about bettering yourself, guess what? That's only because they know that they're not bettering themselves and they are projecting their guilt or laziness or whatever it is for the individual on you, trying to keep you where they are. It's the reason they say that we can expect to be about as successful as the 5 people we spend the most time with. I think there's limits to that, but it is, one of those personal development speaker gurus said it first, and then everybody jumped on the bandwagon because it sounded really good, and it sounds really good. And in many instances, it's true. Think about the people you hung out with in high school. And that's just an example. Could be college, could be a group of friends at work, could be grade school kids, right? We tend to have the same interests, the same behaviors, use the same language, act the same, get about the same results as the people in our friend group, right? So that's just an example of that, and that's kind of where that comes from. But growth and change is really unpredictable, so we have to be willing to roll with the changes and respond accordingly. We want to nurture growth with grace. What does that mean? That means we want to be open-hearted. We want to do everything with the spirit of curiosity and wonder, because it's amazing, right? The things that we're exploring when it comes to spirituality are outside of ourselves and bigger in many instances than we can even imagine. And so we want to be curious about that and have a sense of wonder for what's going to show up as we're on our journey. So what were our questions today? Of course, I already shared them in the beginning. Number one, our action item is to ask yourself and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the least hard on yourself, 10 being you're your own taskmaster and whip holder and you're beating yourself up a lot, or you're really, really hard on yourself. You have super duper high expectations for yourself. So 1 to 10, rate yourself, how you treat yourself, scale of 1 to 10. Then answer the question, and you don't have to share in the comments below unless you want to. How do you treat other people on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you think you treat other people? Now, I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to do it right now. I would say I treat myself about an 8. I am 8 to 9 in a lot of instances. I am extremely hard on myself. And I will give excuses saying that I do it to drive me and keep me moving and motivated and growing. But sometimes I'm just harder on myself than I should be. How do I treat other people? I think I treat other people the way I want to be treated, which is, a 4 or a 5. I have high expectations for people. So I think it's a 5. It's at least average, but I also treat them with dignity and respect and kindness and the way I want to be treated. So obviously there's a disparity there, and that's something I'm going to explore today. Why am I so much harder on myself than what I expect from other people? If other people treated me like an 8 or a 9, I wouldn't be around those people, and most of us wouldn't. So why would I accept that from myself? So that opens up an area of personal spiritual growth and development that I need to work on today. So I'm probably going to run it through the SOAP framework and come up with an action item to do today to try to be a little kinder to myself. All right, that's it. That's all we've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, enjoy this exercise. It's not hard. You just got to think of answer to 2 questions and be honest and authentic. What pops into your head first, right? What popped into my head first was 8 or 9 and 4 or 5. And so that's probably my most authentic, honest answer. All right, have a great day. I will be with you tomorrow.